Hello all. So those of you expecting this to start in a half hour, turns out we got a little bit crossed up on times. These two groups were actually expecting this match to be about half an hour ago. So we're jump starting things a bit early. I'm Carlon. I'm going to be bringing you this EU Division A matchup between LRM Synergy and PHL Phoenix Legion. So lobbies are currently getting put together at the moment. I'm actually a little behind the mark. I haven't actually even gotten into Twitch yet to take a look at chat. That said, I do have 2 Mech Bay codes to give away at the end of this matchup. Standard rules apply. Be active in chat. I'll add you to the giveaway tool at the end. Whoever wins needs to message me via Whisper on Twitch. My name is Curlon TV on Twitch. If you don't message me, I can't get your codes. The whole goal here is to give away stuff, not for it to sit in my clipboard waiting for someone to take it. So, that said, let's take a quick look at the teams while we've got a moment. LRM Synergy. Igor Kozrev? I'm going to mispronounce the names and I apologize. Da Red goes Da Fasta. Darwind, Funky Cat, Hardock, Burra. Actually. K. Jubert, Lizzie, Colin O'Neill, Wolverine, Chico, Zelaglock. So yeah, I've mispronounced all those horribly. On PHL Phoenix Legion side, we've got Arend, Tizinjo, Torn, Polycat, Casablock, El Rizzo, Woozle Doozle, Misanthrope 815, Stingray 2000, Johnny Black, Dr. Gonzo 316, Pontifex, Scav, and Dexter Clarks. Looks like we've got full teams in each lobby at this point, just waiting for them now to lock in. As this is a week 4 match, first drops will be on Tourmaline Desert. For those of you unfamiliar with what we're dealing with, it's a 3-cap scenario. Epsilon, Theta, and Kappa are your legal cap points. LRM Synergy will be dropping in the Team 1 side. PHL Phoenix Legion will be dropping Team 2 for the first drop. They'll then switch it up and go at it again. And they're allowed 250 to 275 tons, spread across 6 mechs. And just to go over that, these first 2 drops, as noted, 250 tons to 275. We then go 375 to 400 for drops 3 and 4. Drop 5, the final smash up, tonnage gets bumped again, 425 to 450. And the teams get an option of 1 of 3 maps to be chosen by map banning. Which the possibilities are, for week 4, it could be HPG Manifold, the Mining Collective, or Forest Colony. I'm starting to see ready buttons light up. So hopefully we will be going here shortly. And again, I apologize for being slightly off schedule. There was a little bit of a miscommunication on times. I'm late. But that just means you get to see mech on mech action sooner. So really, you win? Okay. PHL has locked in. And for those curious, why you're not seeing the lobbies, even with a 5-minute delay, it's basically to give these guys a chance to get things sorted without worrying that someone could be sniping. It's not that big of a deal, but it's basically polite courtesy. Yeah, just waiting for things to load, and we'll get you switched over to the map, or the match, sorry. As we wait to see if OBS is going to figure out that, there we go.
Coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Alright, so mechs are on the ground. LRM Synergy is very quickly spreading out and setting up. We're seeing some trading already occurring from Phoenix Legion. Phoenix is running 3 Hunchback 2Cs, Arctic Wolf, and 2 Assassins. And we've got the Hunchbacks setting up for distance trading. Meanwhile, mediums are going in to tag Theta. LRM Synergy is well aware they've got a UAV up over Theta. They're currently setting up in the castle or stage, depending on what naming system you use. Ready to receive. We've got 1 unit for LRM off on Epsilon.
We have gained Epsilon.
So it's even caps at the moment. Looking at LRM side, I see a Summoner, Dragon, Piranha, Evanjag, Mistlynx, and Wolfhound. Strikes are going out, but Phoenix Legion is going to be able to avoid... Well, El Rizzo caught a little bit of that. Glancing blow. Let's take a look from Phoenix Legion's side what the trading looks like. They have 1 target that they're focusing down. Strike in from LRM Synergy. See if that connects. Tizinjo did not fare well in that. Meanwhile, not much going... a little bit of PPC fire going into Phoenix position on Theta. Looking at this from LRM Synergy side. What's that Wolfhound's build? 6 medium pulse on that Wolfhound. He's basically waiting for an opportunity to pounce. Summoner is... don't need to click on him, PPCs. Phoenix Legion has balled up. Lizzie and the Dragon has taken a bit of a beating, but continuing to deliver AC2 rounds. Phoenix Legion is... ooh, hard strike. But they are now setting up on Theta hard. The Assassins moving in. UAVs are up. Everyone's aware of where the others are going. Dragon takes out a Hunchback. The Fast Squad looking to move around and catch the backs of LRM Synergy, but they're not there. Synergy has rolled over to the side and are continuing to trade. Meanwhile, caps are even, so not supreme pressure on either side to make something happen just yet. Lizzie and the Dragon looking pretty rough. CT's open, torso's open. Not careful, gonna lose that weapon arm. But continuing to get shots off. At the moment they've got a decent spot here. They can get shots into the castle. The summoner collects some laser fire. And shots on Theta, while the two lighter units maneuver and look for targets. Oh, the Mislinks did not see him. For Phoenix Legion has dropped down into the crater. The Piranha is gonna maybe pick up. Piranha's on his team, so sorry, they're coming around, seeing if they can get the distance units for Phoenix Legion. Actually, we've got a good rotation going here. So Phoenix Legion has now basically taken over where LRM Synergy was. LRM Synergy has rotated around to where Phoenix was, and we continue to trade at distance. Miss Lynx is hurting. Burra getting some pot shots in with the machine guns. Boyd's falling into the crater. Now taking on El Rizzo with support from Darwind and Zell. Getting beat up in the process, but is keeping 3 of PHL's units occupied. Dared takes out the assassin. Hunchback's trying to push, but so far LRM Synergy is doing a good job resisting. It's now 6 on 2. LRM's Synergy's advantage. Piranha pushing the assassin, while Darwin getting shots in with medium pulse and large pulse finish him off. Or actually, Burrow is credited with him, so machine guns finish him off. That leaves our lone Arctic Wolf hurting, possibly not legged yet, but sticked.
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge.
And I missed the killing blow. Sorry about that. Let's get the final tally. So, LRM Synergy dominating on that one. Lizzie and the Dragon putting out a pounding with 611 points of damage. Murrow and the Piranha cleaning up on kills, getting 2 out of the 6 with 245 damage. Eben Jag putting out 400 damage. Zelgrick, good spread of damage across the board other than the Mislinks. But I think the Mislinks was more a harasser. Did their job well. For Phoenix Legion, damage spread a little more lopsided. The Assassins really didn't put out the punch you would hope from them. Dexter and the Hunchback taking the lead damage-wise, but no kills for Phoenix Legion. So, we're going to update the scoreboard while the teams get themselves sorted. It is a win for LRM Synergy and drop 1, 6 kills. While I was chatting, everyone got themselves flipped around. And still no one in chat. Can't give prize away to silent people. There, just checking things over, make sure that I got my act together for the next match, which is always questionable anyways. Things are looking decent. So this was interesting. This was not the standard run up, kick everyone in the teeth brawl that we've seen in the lower divisions. Both sides had distance trade capable mechs and used them to fairly good effect. We saw both teams rotating around a good portion of the map, working to keep some distance between themselves and the opponent while taking advantage of good lanes of fire. Ultimately, however, LRM Synergy was able to work their magic a little better over the Phoenix Legion and eke out that win with a 6-0 wipe on kills. So it'll be interesting now to see how Phoenix Legion responds to this, starting from the somewhat stronger side of the map. And again, if you're just tuning in, this match did start earlier than I announced, and I apologize. I got the times wrong. If you've missed any of this, it'll be available as a video on demand at the end of the stream. It will also be available on the MRBC League YouTube channel later on. And while we wait, I suppose dead air is the thing I'm supposed to be trying to avoid. I'm going to flip over to the tournament site. Let's see what the overall EU standings are at the moment. Group 1. I apologize, I don't have this built as a scene. So you're just going to have to take my word for it, or go to the tournament site yourself and double check my work. But at the moment, I list Phoenix Legion in the lead with 39 points, Dudes Club second, followed by LRM Synergy, Russian Jade Falcon. I don't dare try and pronounce that one because I'm going to get it wrong. But I suspect they may have dropped out. One thing to bear in mind, LRM Synergy has only played 3 matches to Phoenix Legion's 4 matches on the board, so that'll impact the standings a little bit. Meanwhile, we've got a hold.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
So I've switched off while the teams decide what they want to do. It looks like there might have been a wrong mech by one of the teams. So we may be redropping, we may be picking a time and going, which means they're going to be playing with a reduced clock. Meanwhile, all the players are staying put where they dropped while this is sorted out. And at least one of the members there has sense of humor, and okay. All right, they've decided they're going to roll with it. So we'll see what happens. I won't give the spoiler as to what's going on mech-wise. We'll see how it plays out. So, for Phoenix Legion, we have mislinks, couple linebackers, more mislinks, and a linebacker. LRM Synergy has 2 more dragons, Piranha, 2 hunchbacks, and a mislinks.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
LRM Synergy quickly caps Theta while collecting some smoke. Meanwhile, Phoenix Legion is doing a hard charge on Red's position, pushing that dragon back. Dragons are effective mechs, but they really don't do well in a 6v1. Meanwhile, Burra and the Piranha is looking to collect some backs, while excellent strike catches a couple of Phoenix Legion. They've now turned around, recognizing the dragon has ran. Going back to Theta. Meanwhile, LRM Synergy is putting some of their distance mechs to use, forcing Phoenix Legion down into the crater to get out of LRM Synergy's lines of fire. This is going to put them into a choke point, ripe for strikes. El Rizzo taking the brunt of that one. And they're now coming up into multiple lines of LRM Synergy's trade mechs. Linebackers hurting. Dexter is at the tail of the pack as it goes around the corner. The Piranha is going to do short work of him. Meanwhile, Phoenix Legion finally gets into them, focusing Lizzie hard. They neuter Lizzie, drop an arm, change their focus to Darwin. Meanwhile, Burra and the Piranha is trying to get their attention. Phoenix Legion drops the hunchback. Meanwhile, they've lost a linebacker. The mislinks go after Red. Machine guns flying. Red manages to escape for the moment. Castleblock is hurting. Igor comes in with his mislinks to try and help out, as does Burra. The linebackers regroup with the mislinks. One linebacker dropped to excellent fire from the hunchback. Burra takes out a mislink. Meanwhile, Polycat is going after this hunchback. Large laser fire versus... Oh, legs, Polycat. Pump those jump jets, Poly. 2 versus 1. Poly's not gonna hold... Nope. Not able to hang on to it. Phoenix Legion had the aggression, but LRM Synergy is able to whittle them down. It's down to Arend, who's getting chased by Lizzie.
Is controlled by the enemy.
Lizzie, the stick, hangs on to Theta, while Igor with the mislinks comes in. And I think Arend has been sticked as well, and couldn't select him quick enough. So, another match win for LRM Synergy. However, this time, Phoenix Legion was able to take 2 of them out. Let's look at the stats. Burra and his Piranha doing work. 2 kills, 452 damage for LRM Synergy. The red goes to Fasta, putting out 366 points. Fairly even spread for LRM Synergy. On Phoenix Legion side, Polycat and the Mislinks at 350 damage was the prime mover for them. Otherwise, fairly even spread. Phoenix Legion, I liked the aggression. LRM Synergy, however, was able to read it and respond to it. And you got to see what happens when an effective trade deck meets a brawl deck. Unfortunately for Phoenix Legion, they were on the losing side of it. So, we change now to Caustic Valley for drop 3. The teams don't need to switch sides for this, which makes updating the scoreboard that much easier. You'll note now, LRM Synergy has the lead with 2 drops 1, 12 kills total. Phoenix Legion is currently no drops 1, 2 kills. We'll do some shuffling around, get some different pilots in possibly, and or change some mech builds. While we're doing that, looking at the EU region, Division 2, Division B, however you want to call it. Overall, we've got 31st Hussar Regiment in the lead with 37 points, Clan Widowmaker Epsilon Galaxy in second, 5th Falcon Dragoons in third, Mamma Mia in fourth, RJF Erie in fifth, Drapeau Blanc, again I apologize for mispronunciations, in sixth. Looking at chat, I see some people talking finally. Excellent. So as noted, there will be a couple mech bays given away at the end of the match. Being active in chat is your key to getting into the drawing. If you win the drawing, you need to whisper me on Twitch, Curlon TV, so I can hook up with you and deliver the code. If you don't whisper me, the code does not get delivered. I will not chase you down. I am not the repo man. So meanwhile, looking at the lobby, I think we're going to be fairly close to launching here. Map settings have been locked in, Caustic Valley. Tonnages have been bumped. Phoenix Legion is looking like they're pretty much where they want to be, while we wait for LRM Synergy to get the right players in the right mechs in the right drops. Texan Scrublord has tripped the cheat detection in chat by using a chat bot. Everyone should know activeinchat.exe is not legal. But for now, I'll allow it. Wow, they are... Let's get the map strat up, and let's put it on the right map. We are no longer on Tourmaline, we are on Caustic Valley. Kappa, Theta, Epsilon are your valid cap points for this first drop. Phoenix Legion will be dropping on the Team 1 side. LRM Synergy will be dropping on the Team 2 side. So we've seen both sides do mid-range trade. We've seen Phoenix Legion try and switch it up with Brawl. So it'll be interesting to see what they choose to do for the caustic engagement. They've got more tonnage, so they can bring trade mechs with more punch while still having room for a light or two. So this could make for an interesting match to observe. A little bit more pilot shuffling for both sides. And this is where, if I'd been in the comp scene longer, I'd have some color commentary to go over on the two different sides. But other than recognizing Eon tags on a lot of the LRM Synergy players, don't really have much for background info. But This is why I'm doing random casts and I am not your top tier for MRBC. To see a little bit more polished team, this evening, RJ Base is going to be streaming starting at 11 p.m. Central, I believe. Again, I've already gotten the clocks wrong once, so check for yourselves rather than trust my info verbatim. But he is going to be covering the Cranky Old Canadians versus Mercstar Turret Drops. That's scheduled for tonight at midnight Eastern. Again, he's going to be starting at 11 Central. So there'll be probably some good pregame shenanigans, knowing him. That is a North America Division C matchup. Which you can see listed at right now, Sunday, November 4th. Bear in mind, my tournament view is Eastern time, as that's my local time zone. So adjust as appropriate for your time zones. We've also got an EU matchup, RJF Erie versus Drapeau Blanc. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Again, I apologize. Today we've also got Imperial versus 228th Wild Ones, Smoke Adders versus Clan Smoke Jaguar. So hopefully all these matches will get streamed. Should be some good Battle for Midway action. Actually, I'll just leave that up for a bit, so you see a match you particularly want to see, make some noise in chat. Meanwhile, I want to see some cheering for either Phoenix Legion or LRM Synergy. And no, I'm not banning people for spamming in chat. If you get real obnoxious, I may call you out, but I'm not too worried about you guys in chat at the moment. So here we go, drop 3, Caustic Valley. Just waiting for the map to load in. For those of you that like hot tips, Endo Steel and Ferrofibrous armor are great ways to save weight on your mech at the expense of slots. So remember, Sigma and Gamma are off limits. Phoenix Legion is dropping with 2 Annihilators, Wolfhound, Novacat, and a Commando. They're not afraid to bring the big mechs. Looking this way at LRM Synergy, we've got Victor, Nightgyre, Piranha, another Victor, Jaeger mech. Interesting to see the Jaeger mechs coming back in popularity, and another Victor. LRM Synergy's wasting no time sending their light up to scout out Theta. Phoenix Legion has 2 mechs in the Caldera. Commando and Wolfhound are looking, but no one's willing to actually step in. Piranha's been spotted, but manages to avoid fire, and there goes the missile fire. Let's see where that came from. Piranha gets a UAV up. Phoenix Legion takes it down. LRM Synergy takes down Phoenix Legions. LRMs are flying. The Red's currently the target of Phoenix Legion's LRMs. I've not seen any LRMs come out of LRM Synergy yet. I don't know if they're living up to their name. Meanwhile, large laser fire coming in. Zinjo on the Annihilator is kinda standing out in the open with nowhere to go, while LRM Synergy is slowly working on getting a firing line established. Pontifex now collecting some AC fire, while the Lights are having their own little skirmish. The Red collecting a face full of LRMs that time. Delaglock now getting his turn with the LRMs. Victor is now down below 80%. Meanwhile, LRM Synergy has come around the corner. One Annihilator drops to the Red's Victor. Victor and Jaeger finally push the Annihilator off his hill. El Rizzo is now out in the open, facing 3 mechs. Zinjo's trying to support, but not much you can do in a 3-on-1. Zinjo has now lost both arms. RN comes up to try and support, down to 32%. LRM Synergy drops him. Polycat manages to take out the Night Gyre of LRM Synergy. Ura in the Piranha, not looking so good, but getting back shots on our end. 3-on-1, Ren drops to the Victor. It's now the Wolfhound and Commando trying to take out the Red. Ura comes in to support. Polly gets the Red. That's now 2 kills for Phoenix Legion. 2-on-1 for Polycat. Ura, 23%. Little Piranha is just hanging on. Thank you, PGI, for that glitch. LRM Synergy drops the Commando. It is now free to go cap. So, final outcome. 4-0 for LRM Synergy. Ura, being cute, takes out one of Igor's arms on the Jaeger mech. Delaglock, being cute, poking at his back. See if he goes for the full team kill or just saying a friendly hello with ACs. It's good to check your teammates' back armor every now and then. You never know when they might be carrying too much. So, we'll wait for the scores. No one cares about my stats. And LRM Synergy again. Damage score is averaging 400 to 500, with Lizzie and the Victor putting 600 out. On the Phoenix Legion side, better numbers this time around. They've got 3 mechs over 400. Zinjo and the Annihilator dropping 451 for them. Both kills came from Polycat and the Wolfhound, dropping a nice 453 points of damage. Overall, good match. Unfortunately, didn't quite go the way Phoenix Legion had hoped. They get 2 more kills on the board, but that's the 3rd match for LRM Synergy. Go back to the whiteboard. I'm going to update the scores. LRM, another match, another 6 kills. Phoenix, 2 kills. So you get Tournament TV while I drop back into the lobby to see what's going on. Teams should be switching sides, which they've just about got done. And a quick look says scoreboard is looking reasonably accurate. Go take another look at chat, see what you guys are up to. Oh, I'm sorry, Texan. I didn't realize it was 200% legal. That completely does negate the fact that it's illegal. I didn't get the updated spec sheet. I don't know if the CSI or the Clan Smoke Jag Smoke Adder game is going to be casted yet. I may pick up a game later this evening if I've got time. Yeah, that's a good point, CERN. I could go over the rules, which I normally would do at the start, but got a little rushed on this one. So while we wait, Battle for Midway. It's a series of 5 drops, 6 mechs per side, running under conquest rules, with the modification that only 3 out of the 5 conquest points are valid. Each map is dropped twice for the first 2 drops, teams on flipping sides, so each side gets a chance to drop on each side of the map. For the first 2 drops, we're limited to 250 to 275 tons, and the tonnage is bracketed so that you can't decide on a 450-ton drop that you're going to bring all piranhas, while the other side has decided they're going to bring all heavies and assaults. So, as noted, first 2 drops, 250 to 275 tons. We then go for drops 3 and 4. Actually, bring up the graphic so that I don't get this wrong. We go 375 to 400 tons. For the final drop, it's a map ban, pool of 3 maps. You only get 1 go at it, and the tonnage is up to 425 to 450 tons. The scoring, you get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss, 0 points for a tie. Now, there are rules in place to handle if someone incorrectly caps an invalid point, such that we do not have to redrop. It gets dealt with in-game. The thing to watch out for is when that happens, you can't necessarily trust the lobby's decision of who won. So that's a special case scenario. Hopefully, we don't have to deal with it. No one needs to know. And thank you, people, for bringing CERN up to speed on the rules. The other thing to remember is a given mech chassis is only allowed to be used 3 times over the course of a match. So if you drop 3 piranhas in drop 1, that's it. You cannot bring a piranha in any other drop. So for this instance, one side has used up their linebackers, one side, I believe, has used up their dragons. Phoenix Legion is down to 1 Annihilator they can field. So the thing that's nice about that is you can't have a player specialize in one mech and expect that one mech to carry him through the entire series. You have to get used to different mechs. So between the tonnage rule and that restriction, it forces variety. In some cases, it means that you might be able to do a brawl for drop 1, and then just because of the mechs you have in your mech bays available to you and what you've used up, you may not be able to field an effective brawl for drop number 2. So that and the 6v6 format, making it for a smaller matchup, make these matches a little quicker, a little more active than, say, 8v8 or 12v12 grinds. The other thing that keeps the pressure up a little higher is that we run on a 12-minute clock instead of a 15-minute clock. So you do have to pay attention to the caps, and you have to pay attention to the clock. You can time out before you've got everything done. So for the player's perspective, being in the mechs in these drops, the pressure is on to perform. So in the meantime, looking like we've got things mostly figured out. Just waiting for the final arrangements. So one thing you're going to notice when we drop, LRM Synergy is going to show 7 players, and if you add up the tonnage, they're going to be over. One of their players has requested to be a spectator for this match, which they're allowed to do. Phoenix Legion has the right to refuse if they request, but they've said it's okay. So at the start, Igor is going to very quickly suicide himself off in the corner so that he can spectate and not impact the results of the match. On my side, I have to remember to not count that as a kill for Phoenix Legion when adding up the points. So, West, if you want to be a co-caster, I like what you're doing in chat. Let me know. I will get you in sometime if you're game. On the home away teams, basically determines who's got the team 1 spot in the lobby for the first drop, as well as for drop 5, where they don't get to flip sides and drop that map a second time. On some maps, there is a little bit of an advantage for one team versus the other based on drop points and where the cap points are. So that's why we have home and away designations. So thank you guys for explaining to others in chat what's going on. That's awesome. That's how we get more players, is by being friendly. So it looks like we're waiting for one more LRM Synergy unit to get into the lobby, and then we'll be ready to roll. So again, this is the map. This time you're going to have LRM Synergy on Team 1 side, Phoenix Legion on the Team 2 side. Opposite of what we just observed. There's the 6th player for LRM Synergy in the lobby. Now just waiting for everyone to lock in. For those of you that are curious about the shenanigans going on, go to mrbcleague.com and you'll find there's a section in there for Battle for Midway, as well as MRBC itself, which is a slightly different format. And there's also forums. They're linked to Discord. So you can get all the comp information you can handle in very short order if you're curious. LRM Synergy has locked in. Evening, RJ. A reminder, RJ is going to be streaming matches tonight. Get your popcorn, your giant oversized beverage container, and a comfy seat. Show up tonight to watch Cranky Canadians take on Mercstar Turret Drops on the main MRBC League Twitch channel. Just waiting for Phoenix Legion to lock in. They have. We'll be in the match here in a moment for drop number 4. Just wait to load in. Let's see what Phoenix Legion can pull out this time to try and counter LRM synergy. So, for LRM synergy, we've got Igor in a Suicide and Kodiak, ignore him. Mad Cat 2, Shadowcat Prime, Nova Cat, Mad Dog, Shadowhawk, and a Supernova. For Phoenix Legion, we've got a Wolfhound, Nightgyre, Mad Cat 2, Wolfhound, Nightgyre, and another Mad Cat 2. Yon Synergy sending 2 units up to Theta, Shadowcats. Phoenix sending their Wolfhounds in. Polly's going to go and get that quick cap.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
They get the cap and they get out. Meanwhile, most of Phoenix Legion has set up on the edge of the caldera. LRM Synergy has gone wide towards Epsilon. Strikes coming in. I don't think that's going to... I take that back. That connected with Castle Block. Knocked his Wolfhound down to 80%. So LRM Synergy is circling wide. Got a slow rotation going on here with both teams. I won't say we're NASCAR yet. And there's what we've been waiting for. LRMs from LRM Synergy. First few volleys not quite connecting. But LRM Synergy finally living up to their name. Red collecting some AC fire from Phoenix Legion. When LRM Synergy spotters collecting some AC fire, strike out. And unfortunately doesn't connect. Make it rain, LRM Synergy. Here's what it looks like to be on the receiving end of that. Phoenix Legion is stretched out in a bit of a line. Casablock's Wolfhound is now collecting LRMs. Taking a horrible pounding down to 48%, but getting in on the Mad Dog. In behind K. Jubert's back, and neither K. Jubert or Bura has turned around, getting back shots. I don't know if they care or not. Bura charging in with the Shadowcat. Pontifex down to 48%. Bura and the Red focusing him down. That poor Pontifex goes down under a hail of machine gun fire. Tizinjo is going to be next as Bura focuses him. The Red overheats, but doesn't pay a penalty for it. Drops in behind Arend, who's down to 21%. Casablock does get a kill. Nightgyre drops. 3 on 3. LRM Synergy. Huh? And we're down to a 2-on-1. LRM Synergy digs it out, but it was close. Their last two mechs, 49% and 55%. They're hurting, and they still have caps to deal with. Supernova not looking so hot. Hasn't lost a torso yet, but beat up pretty badly. And let's go take a look at the red. See how that Shadow Cat's faring. Narking Shadow Cat, and again, open all over the place. But nothing lost yet. And a little bit of fun from LRM Synergy. Theta Epsilon are capped. So I mentioned that there's rules for if you touch the wrong cap point. Because LRM Synergy has killed all of Phoenix Legion's units, all 5 cap points now are legal. And with a 2-1 cap point lead, the game finally realizes there's no chance for Phoenix Legion coming back. So LRM Synergy pulls out another victory. Looking at the stats, Gage Ubert's Mad Dog doing 661 points of damage. 574 out of the Supernova, 610 out of the Nova Cat. LRMs are OP, please nerf. For Phoenix Legion, damage spread is fairly even, around 300 points per team member, with Dexter Clarks and the Night Gyre putting in extra effort with 529 points of damage. 4 kills for Phoenix Legion between Polycat and Casablock. I'm going to update the scoreboard while they work out their map bans. And actually, I'm going to review the screenshot just to make sure that I counted the kills correctly. I want to make sure LRM Synergy's Spectator did not get counted in those 4 kills as an assist. Probably just a moment. Okay, no, the game got it right. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be HPG for our final matchup of the evening. We've already got the map display up, so let's get it to the right spot. Here's how it looks. Your legal cap points: Epsilon, Theta, Kappa. RJ pimping the stream tonight for Cranky Canadians versus Mercstar Turret drops. Good man. That should be a good fight. I'm very impressed with Cranky Canadians. For a team that basically got rolling this year from scratch, they've done really well between getting themselves up the leaderboard in World Championship stock mode to doing quite well in Battle for Midway. Full points to them. While I dig up my info. This is where I get myself in trouble by having too much stuff to look at once. As noted, we're on the final drop. It will be HPG. Team 1 gets to be the home team. That's going to be LRM Synergy. So they will be dropping on the upper right half of the map. Phoenix Legion will be dropping on the Team 2 side, lower left. You'll note the theoretically easy cap for each side to be in Team 1's Bravo drop or Team 2's Charlie drop is not legal. And this is basically just to make things a little bit more interesting. If you're going to get a cap, you got to work for it a little bit. Both sides do have a cap they can go for relatively out of sight in Kappa and Epsilon from the start, but doing so means that you've lost one mech for the fight around Theta. That may work towards your advantage, that may work to your disadvantage, depending on what the deck builds look like and what the playstyle is that both sides bring. So a reminder, active in chat makes you eligible for one of 2 mech bay giveaways at the end of this drop. To actually receive the mech bay, you need to message Curlon TV via Whisper on Twitch. If you don't message me, I'm not chasing you down. And we're just waiting now for everyone to get into position, lock in, and do the drop. So while we wait, I'll get Tournament TV back up so we can see what's going on in other matches. Eon's shuffling the deck quite a bit. Group 1 North America, 228 Wild Ones at the top of their board at the moment. And unfortunately, the one thing I don't like to see as the results go by are the forfeits. Unfortunately, between World Championships, MRBC, BFM, there's been a lot of comp lately, and there's some burnout on the teams, and I don't blame them. This can be a lot of work. It sounds like you just show up, spend an hour and a half, 1 day a week, battling another team, but to really do well, you've got to put in a lot more time than just the actual match. For starters, you got to figure out what you're dropping with. Because of the BFM rules, it's not just randomly grab mechs till you hit tonnage like you do in a group queue. There's restrictions on the mechs. Mechs have to be available by C-bills. They can't be heroes or any MC-only mechs. You've got the restriction that you can only have 3 of a given chassis across the whole match night. So you've got to do some coordination there. Then you've got strategies. Are you all going brawl? Are you going trade? Are you splitting the roles up? What are your movements going to be like on the map? Some of the teams that have been around longer, they don't have to say as much on comms. Everyone kind of has a feel for how the team works, but even still, you want to get those practices in to stay in sync like that. For the newer teams, a lot of it is getting used to everyone communicating as a unit. And that can take a while to get that synergy amongst each other. And you've got some players that they're not used to talking on comms, and really, everyone needs to be contributing what they're seeing. There are times that you need to talk, there are times you need to shut up. And you've got to put the time in to figure that out. And then you just gotta get effective playing your mechs. Now, it's one thing to be comfortable piloting your mech, but when a target's called, you need to have your team on point, nailing that same component to be truly effective. And again, that's another thing that just takes time to grind. All this time adds up. You figure there's no one here that plays this game professionally and doesn't have something else they're doing, be it a job, school. So you combine all that with all the comp that's been going on, burnout happens. And unfortunately, we're seeing the results of that with some teams having to pull out of Battle for Midway. It stinks, but it's better that than going mad. So meanwhile, we are dropping into the final match. Wait for the map to load. In chat, now's the time to throw out the cheers, the emotes, the energy for LRM Synergy or Phoenix Legion. And me to have a mild panic for a moment as my machine stops responding. Camera is set up over Theta. Just waiting for the dropships. And there we go. That music means we are underway.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop
For
any
LRM
hostiles getting
Synergy,
your way.
we've got a Direwolf, Wolfhound, Madcat 2, Annihilator, Mislinks, and another Madcat 2. They've chosen to... Oh, interesting. They've split their drops, their mechs across all three dropped ships. One mech going to get Epsilon quickly, while the rest are converging. Meanwhile, Phoenix Legion, their main force is coming out en masse and quickly trading with LRM Synergy. They're not even bothering to get into the rest of the map. They're just straight out of the gate. AC and laser fire. They have an Assassin, Sunspider, Madcat 2, Annihilator, Nightgyre, Sunspider, and the Locust that you're seeing as the 7th mech is a Spectator. So that suicide does not count. So interesting. LRM Synergy's mechs went to Epsilon but didn't bother capping it. Instead, their lights met up, touched Theta, have come out underneath. They're going to get behind Phoenix Legion. Strikes go in, rip the Annihilator up. This is not going to go well. Nightgyre drops for the Phoenix Legion. The Wolfhound mislinks, chewing up backs. That's 2 down, 3 down. Woozle Doozle and the Sunspider trying his best to get out of there, but that was a 6-on-1. We're down to Pontifex and Casablanc for Phoenix Legion, facing the brunt of LRM Synergy. LRM Synergy focusing the Mad Cat. Now finally turning to the Assassin, who is looking to get out of LRM Synergy's line of fire and see if he can do something, but it's not looking good. Using the jump jets to get over terrain. At this point, he's lost his arms and overheats. And
We've
done.
gathered enough resources. This triumph will
Very
provide
quick
us
match.
huge tactical benefit.
LRM Synergy played that one expertly. Looking at the stats, Lizzie and the Direwolf, 764 damage. Really, all of LRM Synergy putting out impressive damage, 400 plus for all of them except for Burrow and the Wolfhound, but Wolfhound did its job, got backs, got mechs turned around. Meanwhile, for Phoenix Legion, your damage leader was Cizinjo and the Annihilator, putting down a good 537 points of damage. Polycat and the Locust was the Spectator, so ignore that. Decent damage spread. Phoenix Legion did put out damage, but they weren't able to focus because they got turned around by LRM Synergy's lighter mechs. So this goes back to, you've got to be able to put all that damage on one target, otherwise this happens. Your damage gets spread around, meanwhile you get picked off. So, looking at the final scores. LRM Synergy takes the match. 5 drops to 0 for Phoenix Legion. Kill-wise, LRM Synergy, perfect score of 30 kills, 6 kills per drop. Phoenix Legion managing 8 kills across the 5 drops. Which means it is now time for giveaways. So, if you've been active in chat, now's when we find out. I do the scary thing, we're gonna bump the volume on this. Just a touch. Let's see who's been talking. We know Commander Root's a bot. Kick him out. Why you gotta do that to me? Pick out Moobot. And as much as I love winning stuff, I'm gonna kick myself out. If there's other bots in here, let me know. That said, let's see who's gonna win a mech bay. Starting the spinner now. If you don't see your name in there, you didn't talk enough. AKA send one thing over the course of this stream. It's not that high a bar to reach. Polizzi, you are our first winner. So I'm gonna note that. Now, you've won a mech bay. As per what I've said multiple times, in order to collect that mech bay, you need to whisper me on Twitch. My Twitch name is Curlon TV. No spaces, no underscores, no fun punctuation. Curlon TV. If you don't whisper me, I can't deliver a code to you. Now, let's see who wins the second mech bay. Spinner is lit. And away we go. And Polizzi, if you're a bot, whisper me in binary. And that is so totally rigged. As I mentioned last stream, when I was testing this tool with just me and Moobot in the channel, 6 out of 7 times Moobot won. This tool is a little biased. We're going to redo that one. And for humor's sake, I didn't kick Polizzi out just to see if we can get a 3-win streak for him. Ha ha! RJ gets a mech bay. I know RJ knows how to whisper me. So, again, Polizzi, whisper Curl on TV via Twitch, or you don't get your new toy. So, this has been another Battle for Midway match. Thank you everyone for coming out on incorrectly given short notice. Hope you enjoyed the fight. Good job to both LRM Synergy and Phoenix Legion for providing an entertaining match for us all. Look forward to seeing both of you in further matchups. I'm Curlon. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I will catch you all later.